podcast.
When you're ready, buddy.
Oh, hi, this is the Misgendered podcast. What?
Don't say hi.
No,
Welcome
hi?
back.
Okay. Welcome back. This is the Misgendered podcast. This is Brad.
Hi, I'm Brad.
And I am Dan.
This is Dan. But welcome back to Gareth. Dan's out again. He didn't survive. Infection got to him. Now he's just stuck at home. Dying.
I'm sure he'll survive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But in greater news... Gareth. Did I say that?
Yep.
Yeah, cool. I'll cut this little part out.
Okay.
What happened?
What happened last night?
Yeah. Well, it'll probably be a week.
Eh?
It'll probably be a week.
A
But
week?
yeah, last night. Because of when the release.
Yeah, it's been
Anyway.
a week. Last night. Didn't expect that.
What happened?
Well, they tried to cheat and they just couldn't overcome the steal. It was too big to rig. That's what Trump said. And
Trump back in president.
yeah, and he caught them out again. The early voting was just genius.
Yeah.
They couldn't overcome it. They shut down the election.
Yeah, I saw
at the end.
With the early voting, there was like an extra 3 million or something, right? Like the
it was
urban
a-
vote was
yeah.
way up.
Yeah.
Just men in general,
Yeah.
way up.
Yeah.
And what was the other one? There was a third one that was way up.
The black men?
That was
Or-
urban.
Or the Puerto Ricans or the
Oh,
Latinos?
yeah, it might have been. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Trump had
Yeah.
so much of the vote. It was crazy. If we knew the actual totals of what he got, people would just be blown away.
Yeah.
Because I think Carmelo officially got 60-something million, but what we're hearing is that only about 30 million of them were actual votes, and the other 30 million were actually votes that got flipped from Trump to her.
Mm.
So, and you can see it when you look at the states that she won. The only states that she won had no voter ID laws.
Yeah. Which is
So-
a crazy fucking law.
What do you need no voter ID laws if you're going to win a state? So, it's potentially looking at she didn't win a single state.
Mm. Are they the states where all the illegals are in?
Yeah. Well,
You reckon?
it was illegal to ask them for ID in California.
I mean, the illegals, like the migrants.
The 25 million. Yeah, they all voted.
Yeah, surely.
Yeah, well,
Or else they wouldn't get their check.
Yeah, and that was another actual funny thing with the end, because when communists take power, they always just have to give you the semblance of popular support.
Yeah.
So she had 3,600 migrants being bussed around into her rallies
Yeah.
to cheer for her. So I think it was in either Georgia or Virginia. They got cell phone data and found out there was only 600 people from the state out of 4,200 people.
Yeah.
She bussed in 3,600 illegals, paying them like $100 a day.
That's insane.
Free accommodation and food as well. Like, imagine that, straight up from the worst places in South America, and then suddenly you're just living the dream.
Yeah. Well, they are now.
Yeah, the dream. They're living the dream for another less than 3 months, and then they're out.
Yeah.
All of them.
Yeah, when was it? Middle of January or something, right? It takes over?
January the 20th.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's pretty incredible, man. Like, what we're going to see straight away, RFK came out and said fluoride is going to be taken out of all water from January the 20th onwards.
Yep.
Far out.
Yeah, it'll be good, eh?
Yeah. What fluoride does to populations when communists take control is just make them docile, and then they just listen to whatever bullshit they're fed. They don't have the ability to think anymore.
Yeah.
So, once we get that out of the water, people will start thinking a bit better anyway.
Yeah.
For a start, that's just one little piece of the puzzle.
Well, over there, we still have it, right?
Yeah, it's
Drinking.
it's a neurotoxin.
Yeah.
A kid grows up with drinking fluoridated water and has a 9 IQ differential into what they would have if they were drinking actual water.
Yeah. Yeah, I've always, generally most of my life, I'd say 80% of it, I've lived in places where we've had bore water. So it's always just been straight from the ground.
Yeah.
Through our own pump.
Yeah, you can't beat that.
Yeah.
That's why all the rural voters in America vote for Trump. because they can still think.
Yeah, exactly. It was good water too. Like you definitely notice the difference. Like when I would come see my friends in town or whatever, and I would have some of their water. It's like, what the
You can smell the chlorine, eh?
Oh, probably not that much. Not really.
Some people can come off on farms and they're like, oh my god.
Yeah. But yeah, my mate was working at the water treatment plant here.
Yeah.
And yeah, he said there's a fair bit goes into it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just crazy what they've been doing to us. But that's at an end anyway.
Yeah. I mean, won't be here.
This is why it's so important with America, because once it happens there, it's going to have a flow-on effect.
Yeah.
Because people here will be saying, oh, well, why do we have fluoride in our water? You know, why are we doing all these things? When Trump starts dismantling all the structures that these communists have put in all around the world, the whole world's just going to follow what he does. So yeah, we're this close to the goal and the next golden age.
Yeah,
it's going to be incredible.
Yeah,
and if you look at the liberals that are having meltdowns at the moment,
there's some great videos.
It's crazy. Like they legitimately think that their world is over.
That they're going to die.
Yeah, they think Trump's going to come in and do all this crazy stuff.
Yeah,
but it's their side that's been doing that crazy stuff.
Yeah,
they just project what they're doing onto Trump. So everything that they've said about Trump, they've been doing. So they tried to say that he colluded with Russia for 3.5 years, 3 years, whatever. It's because they were.
Yeah.
Hunter Biden took I think $2.3 million payment from the ex-mayor of Moscow's wife.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it's
just...
they have their fingers over there, and they have their fingers in Ukraine and China. They try to say Trump's colluding with China. Well, there's I can't remember his name, but he's in the house, and he was sleeping with a Chinese spy called Fang Fang.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's legitimate. Like, you can look it up. Let's
look it up.
Let's look it up.
Fang Fang?
Yeah, Fang Fang.
Like
Chinese spy.
Normal?
Yeah, just Fang Fang. What's his name? Because they'll probably try and hide it. Yeah, put Chinese spy on it. Yeah, Swalwell. Eric Swalwell. So he was sleeping with a Chinese spy, got busted, and then remained on the intelligence committee.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's so crazy. And like,
if that wasn't like a honeypot 101, then
absolutely.
I don't know what it is.
There's so many. There's the leader of the House, Mitch McConnell. He's married to a Chinese wife, and she's got connections to a major container shipping company from China, and it's crazy.
Yeah.
And these people are on the Republican side. So when Trump came in, the Republican side was controlled by communists as well. So he had to go in and individually sort of take each one out.
Yeah.
And insert his MAGA Republicans into the House on the Republican side. And so yeah, he's got rid of most of them now, and you'll see more of the crew coming in behind him now.
Yeah.
He's got some incredible people in the House.
Yeah, I remember hearing a lot of him saying that he's gonna he was calling it minimize government spending, because that's basically what fucking our people have done.
Yeah,
as well.
What's happening around the world. So yeah, they said that they had created 800,000 jobs, and then the next month it got revised down. It just kept on getting revised down, and then in the end, just like a couple of days before the election. So that's also how you know that Trump has actually got the control now.
Yeah,
that doesn't happen when they own the presidency and the Senate. The jobs reports don't come out 2 days or whatever it was before the election.
Yeah,
you know, that's the people that are in the real power. And that it just exposed that they'd only created 12,000 new jobs, and they were all government jobs. So to get from 800,000 to there, you know, like they created a lot of government jobs, right? And that's probably where those extra trillions came at the end, because they just created all this new jobs.
Yeah,
and then they're like, oh, look at the jobs that we've just created.
Yeah,
it's
not for you though.
It's crazy. It's so insane, and every one of those jobs is just a taxpayer, is a burden to the taxpayer, because nothing's been created.
Nah,
because those jobs would be the silliest jobs you've ever heard of. Yeah.
This is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like, what was it? Who was that health lady they put in that looked like
the
diabetes?
transgender?
Yeah, diabetes. Not with diabetes, that was a joke, but
Okay,
she looks like
yeah.
walking diabetes.
Yeah. I can't remember her name because, like, it's not something I really want to try and remember, but when it's pretty incredible when you start seeing transgenders in the US military. That's the proof of how far the infiltration has gone in there, because you weren't even allowed to be gay like probably 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Like, anyone that was gay is like, you're out. Like, you can't have two men in there that are going to form some kind of a sexual relationship or in the army.
Emotional attachment.
Yeah, and
compromises.
and now there's transgenders and the drag queens and stuff, and it's crazy watching the footage, and it's like, wow. Like, to someone who's woken up, it's like, wow, look how far it's gone.
Yeah.
Like, they made her a lieutenant actually. Like,
the NZDF were pushing for women.
Yeah.
As well. Yeah.
Well, look at the
recently.
lesbian that just sunk our battleship, bro.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
Right.
Like, it's crazy, bro.
What was it called?
I can't remember what her name was, but the lesbian that.
The
what?
boat.
Oh man, it's probably
Can't
some
remember.
fucking gay name. Eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually made a joke about it. So I said it wasn't the first time that she'd gone down on a fishy reef.
Oh yeah, that's
Gone
funny.
down on a. Yeah.
There's definitely a joke there somewhere.
Yeah. $100 million. The vessel she was on. And she drove it onto a reef.
Yeah.
And okay, so I spent 6 to 7 years out at sea, so I know what it's like. And
Did you say 6 to 7?
6 to 7 years out at sea.
Sounded like 67.
Oh, yeah, no, not
It's
that
like,
old.
fuck, you look good for 6.
Yeah. It's the salt.
It's the salt.
Yeah. So I spent, 6 or 7 years out at sea, and that just doesn't happen on, it nearly happened on the boat that I was on. I checked the course that this new skipper had plotted, and he had plotted it straight through an island on the way to Aboy
Oh,
in
really?
Tauranga. So if I hadn't have seen it, unless there probably would have been a marker on it, surely, that someone would have seen. But yeah, he'd plotted a chart point right through an island.
Yeah.
Yeah, the island just out from Tauranga.
Yeah.
It's going to go straight through
Oh,
that.
that one you can see.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
and but that just doesn't happen on a navy boat. They've got chart plotters, they've got everyone, they've got radar. So how does it happen? It has to happen on purpose. It's got to be on purpose. It's deliberately weakening the country that you're intending to infiltrate. So they just got rid of our best navy frigate, which it's not going to make a difference in a war anyway, because they're not going to do anything. But
Right.
it just makes us weaker.
Yeah. We're already pretty weak.
Oh, incredibly weak. But we don't really have anything to worry about apart from the worldwide communism takeover.
Yeah.
And that happens from within anyway, so.
China's pretty close.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but now.
But they'll go the other direction.
Yeah. Trump winning is not a good thing for China.
No.
But I kind of think that Xi Jinping, I think that him and Trump are potentially working together. So I think that he might have his own deep state that have infiltrated over there to worry about as well, and to get them out.
Oh, yeah.
So I know that Trump is working with Putin at the moment as well. So the end of that war is going to be over pretty soon, and Trump will get the credit for that. A few more liberals will wake up and go, oh, Trump just ended that war. Wasn't he meant to be starting wars?
Yeah.
Right. It's going to be interesting to see what happens from now on. Just the slow, gradual waking up of the rest of the people that need to come to their senses. Yeah, hopefully it's going to happen thick and fast from now on, because I've been waiting for 8 years.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm over it.
Needs to happen.
Yeah, that's why I was real subdued last night. It was dead sure they were going to shut that election down for weeks trying to find the ballots.
Yeah.
They couldn't overcome Trump's landslide, which is the counterinsurgency.
You thought they were going to, though.
Yeah, I know. Well, I thought they were going to try.
I got a message from this guy at 7 o'clock. They're going to steal it.
They're going to steal it.
Nah, man. It's a movie, right?
Yeah.
Gotta make it close.
It really is the most intense movie that has ever been written, but we're just watching it play out long term.
Yeah.
Go through the whole thing. some of us are enjoying it. Other people are just watching Netflix.
It's fuck all on Netflix now anyway.
Yeah, Netflix is a communist institution, so what they are doing to the people that watch it is just subconsciously forming their thoughts and opinions for them through the content that they're consuming.
And what was it that, what do they call it when you put out a movie and then that happens?
Yeah.
So then people aren't, like, surprised by it?
Hyper normalization.
Yeah, maybe.
You're pre-programming the audience to accept the coming things that you do to them. So when it happens, it's like, I've seen it before. And it's not like a holy fucking shit. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah. And people just don't see it coming. Not for long though. I'm hoping it's over.
Yeah.
Yeah. The mainstream media got caught out last night. They're already dead anyway, but now, fuck, who's going to trust them now after saying all that bullshit about Trump?
Did you see the tests of the count?
Yeah. Yeah, they were getting ready for it. They were all there. They were seeding the narrative early on the night, saying, "Oh, Russia's attacking us," and then there were bomb hoaxes in Georgia. Some polling stations got like temporarily shut down and stuff.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, "Fuck, there's going to be chaos. There's going to be chaos," and it just didn't happen after that. I think, as we saw with the riots, that they tried to kick off straight afterwards when Trump was declared the winner, and then the police just went in and just stamped it out instantly. Like, there's going to be no BLM 2020 riots anymore, where they just allowed them to burn their cities down, burning their own black-owned businesses down. Man,
crazy,
you know?
Yeah.
And just sitting back and just, that's communism. Black lives matter. You saw these zombies just walking along. Black lives matter. Black lives matter. Just not a single thought's gone on in their head. They've just downloaded it, and now they're furthering the communist plans. And that's how communism is built. It's not built by communists, it's built by non-communist hands.
Yeah.
So you create the useful idiots, and then they go out and do all the work for you.
Yeah. Grunt men.
Eh?
The grunt men.
Yeah. The foot soldiers is another name for them. So it's BLM, it's Antifa. Just name any sort of like protest that you think, the pro-Palestinian. They just basically swap their uniforms, and all these people are mapped out. So when it comes time to do their arrests and stuff, it's going to be pretty clean and swift.
Yeah.
So they'll be getting pretty scared now after seeing their little protest attempt and just being like snuffed out in a democratic state as well, I think.
Yeah.
So they're like, oh,
fuck yeah,
should fall apart pretty quickly. But that's what they need now. They need the violent overthrow of power. So whatever happens between now and January 20th, their main goal is to get the Trump supporters out into the streets angry. So how do you do that? You could assassinate him, because that would do it.
Yeah.
You could arrest him, but now it's looking like all of his charges are going to be thrown away, because you can't actually take a sitting president to court. So they're sort of just dropping off all those charges now.
He'll just pardon himself, right?
Yeah, well, he'll just pardon himself. Yeah, so that could play into it, But I don't think they're going to put him in jail now.
No.
Because that would have been the perfect storybook ending. Put him in jail, and everyone's like, "Holy shit, they actually did it!"
Yeah.
And then he pardons himself from jail. Wins it, pardons himself from jail, and it's like,
oh, that would be gold.
Yeah. So I think a lot of people don't know that he actually lives in the Winter White House as well.
Yeah. You
so
brought that up last episode.
Oh, I did bring that up. Okay. Yeah. It's pretty incredible, eh?
Yeah, that's funny as. Why wouldn't you buy it?
Yeah, it's a storybook.
Yeah.
This is an amazing movie to watch.
Yeah. Yeah, what else you got?
Well, one thing I wanted to bring up, and it's something that no one's talking about online, is the things that Trump did on December 24th, 2020, which would be about 7 weeks after he lost the election, right? So he brought back firing squads, electrocution, and poisonous gas as ways of executing people.
Yeah.
Now, is that something that Trump's going to do if he's lost the election, going into 4 years of democratic rule?
No.
So that was I'm in power.
Yeah.
And I'm going to freak you guys out.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to do that while I'm not in power.
Yeah.
So they just told them that he was in power. So he didn't give a fuck. Because they would love to hang him. They would love to hang him. So yeah, that's something that no one's really bringing up now.
Mm-hmm.
So when he takes power, he's going to have those laws available to him. So what do you do when you root out the communism from? Because they've murdered millions of people. The world has been at war for probably since the end of the Second World War. It's basically all the Nazis, all the lab technicians and the people that made the rockets and their biggest scientists. They all just got swept into America through Operation Paperclip. So and then I know that there was within a few years of the World War II ending, there was a Nazi that was running the UN.
Yeah.
So
what was his name? Fucking.
I don't know his name. I haven't looked back since. I did look at the time and it ended up being legitimate, and I was like, holy moly, Nazis have taken over the world. Like, they didn't lose the war. But basically what they're saying is the Nazis have taken over the CIA and they're completely running the CIA.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Kurt Waldheim, the fourth Secretary General of the United Nations, served from 1972 to 1981.
Oh, that's when he was in there, but he was in World War II. He was a Nazi, I'm pretty sure.
He was an intelligence officer.
In Nazi Germany?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that guy ended up running the UN.
Yeah. Crazy.
Yeah. So that's another thing that Trump will do. He will disband the UN. He will disband the World Health Organization.
Yeah.
It'll actually probably be RFK Jr. that does it, because he's going to be given the ability to go after the health side of things.
Oh yeah.
And he'll be big on pesticides, and as we were saying earlier, the fluoride in the water and the poison that they're feeding our children now, and that, you know, like how we're cooking shit in seed oil. It's giving everyone heart attacks and cancer, and yeah, we're gonna, you know, make something like McDonald's may survive, but they'll be using tallow or like beef dripping, instead of these horrible poisons that they've been.
Cheap oil. Yeah,
you know, like that's the processing of it. It's the worst bit. So yeah, and obviously Trump will take out the World Economic Forum as well. So yeah, all of their days are numbered.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's what globalism is. Remember, globalism, communism, anything global like NATO. Trump will take NATO out because NATO have just been using Ukraine as a proxy to attack Russia.
Oh yeah. So
it hasn't been Ukraine. It's got nothing to do with Ukraine. It's NATO have come in and have tried to attack Russia through Ukraine. Just like I think they did that in the Second World War. Germany did that.
Okay.
Yeah. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he went up in there and like had a good go at Stalin, and yeah.
Crack up.
So they attacked them through Ukraine as well.
Yeah.
Very interesting to go back and listen to Tucker Carlson and Putin in their interview, because he goes right through the history of Russia and
when Ukraine came in and shit.
Yeah,
I watched it. It was good.
Yeah, it's pretty incredible.
Yeah.
What's going on around the, you know, it's been the CIA that's just been overthrowing legitimately elected governments and stuff and installing their puppets for ages. They did that in 2014 in Ukraine, and then they just kept on basically bombing the Donbass and Luhansk areas until Putin was like, you know what, we can't let this happen anymore. So yeah, and then I think he tried to annex them, and then basically the war started after that. And at what point does Putin come out? When after the Soviet disbanded in '81 upon the agreement that they wouldn't expand any further eastward, and then suddenly they've got biolabs on Russia's border.
Yeah.
So that's one of the things that Putin did straight away. He went down and he got all the biolabs, but they're trying to set up long-range missiles on Russia's border. So, you know, like, if it's going to take 8 minutes to get a nuclear bomb to Moscow, at what point do you go out and stop that from happening? You know, you've got to stop it at some point.
Yeah.
But with the Western media programming everyone to hate Putin, yeah, Putin's loved by his people. Yeah.
Yeah, it seems to be, yeah.
Yeah.
So how long has he been president
20
for?
years or something.
Yeah.
And people are like, oh, he throws journalists off buildings. So yeah, because they're trying to infiltrate him
Yeah.
from the inside.
Yeah.
And what happens to communists in Russia? They've been through communism. They just throw them off buildings.
Yeah.
And the Western media is like, oh, look what Putin did.
Yeah.
He's a bad person.
Yeah.
You know?
That was like it's the Korean one. Jong-un.
Kim Jong-un,
Yeah.
North Korea.
Did you hear about his what happened after the floods?
No.
They executed 30 of his
That's what
guys.
they say. When I
Yeah.
heard that, I just don't believe
It's
it.
so crazy, eh?
Yeah.
Like that's
I just don't believe that. That just sounds like communist propaganda. You know?
yeah. They are communists.
Because remember, Trump and Kim Jong-un, they get on well. Trump actually writes him letters.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and then he went over there and they crossed over the DMZ,
What's that?
the demilitarized zone.
Oh yeah.
And so they both walked into South Korea.
Oh yeah.
The first to do it for a long time. And, you know, Trump was just showing the world.
Yeah.
Because before he came in, the mainstream media was like, Trump's going to start war with North Korea.
Oh
You know?
yeah.
And then he went over there and I was like, yo, let's write letters, and my red button's bigger than yours, and you know.
Yeah, yeah.
So they called him Little Rocket Man.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think that probably Kim Jong-un is probably just dealing with his deep state as well that infected the country as well. So yeah, we don't know. I don't know what to think about him, but I think that he's actually not one of the bad guys, because all you hear is propaganda about how bad he is, which, you know,
Yeah.
which now we're finding out that Western media's been lying about everything. So he may be not so bad.
Yeah. Yeah. It's going to be interesting to see what happens over the next year, eh?
Yeah.
It's going to be crazy.
Yeah, so it's not over for Trump's fans, you know. We're just at the start. Like, I was talking about General Flynn earlier, and he reckons that we've landed on Normandy.
Who's General Flynn?
General Flynn was the head of the NSA, National Security Agency. When Trump came in, he was actually put in there by Obama, I think, but he was a real patriotic, 4-star general, very respected. And then Obama knew that they needed to get him out straight away, so they tricked him into lying in Congress, and then they fired him, and they did all sorts of stuff. But
Sued him for lying in Congress to get him out. Yeah.
So when he comes back in, Trump's going to put him as the head of some big agency, and that's going to freak them out.
Yeah.
Because he's going to come back with Thor's hammer.
Yeah.
And yeah, so he reckons that we've landed on Normandy, and we've taken the beachhead.
Mm-hmm.
There's still a long way to go until V-Day.
Yeah.
It's V-Day, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, he's like, we are right now D-Day +1.
Mm-hmm.
So one day after landing on the beach.
Yeah. Shit.
Yep. It's going to be a long process yet. There's a lot of people to wake up.
Mm-hmm.
And they have to see it. Yeah. We've got liberals running into walls,
Yeah.
screaming like babies.
Like they're fucking possessed.
Yeah, absolutely convinced that Trump's going to come in and put them in a quarantine camp.
Mm.
With all of his Nazi women and Jews
Yeah.
and black people that are joining his administration.
Yeah. It's so funny.
Yeah. Yeah, it's two different worlds. And yeah, it's bringing the divide that Obama created back into unity, which is exactly what happens in the end of the counterinsurgency. As I was saying last week, have the election stolen off you, you go away, you come back with the people behind you, you bring the landslide. He's now got the Senate, he's got the House,
Yeah.
he's got the presidency, he's got the Supreme Court. What they're saying is that two of his judges are getting a bit old now. I think Clarence Thomas and I can't remember the other one, but they'll probably retire them straight away, and then put some people in there that'll be there for another 20, 30, 40 years as well. Really like stack the Supreme Court with people who follow the Constitution, because at the moment John Roberts is technically a Republican, but he's an actual Democrat. He's very controlled. He's been captured, obviously, but he's the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court.
Okay.
So at the moment, Trump put in 3 of his own picks during his 4 years, including Amy Coney Barrett with 45 days to go before the election. Ruth Bader Ginsburg died, but I think she's probably dead a bit before that. So Trump was 45, and then 45 days beforehand. It seems like there's a lot of like messages that Trump gives us as well. That's a fairy tale ending. 45 days before the end of his term, he gets to put in another Supreme Court justice, which gave him 3, which gave them 6 Republicans. But remember, John Roberts is a Democrat, so he'll vote for the Democrats if he gets the chance.
Mm-hmm.
So at the moment it's 5-4 because Biden managed to put on Ketanji Jackson, this black woman who's just a total fucking Marxist, man. That's just incredible. Like, just watching it go down, it's like, holy moly, you know? Yeah. Just install a communist straight into the Supreme Court of America.
Yeah.
Yeah. She, like, when they grilled her, she didn't even know what she was talking about.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Needs a teleprompter?
Yeah. Like they all do.
Yeah.
Well, when you lie, you need a teleprompter.
Yeah.
When you're like Trump, you just turn up and, like, I had a look from behind on his winning acceptance speech, and there was no teleprompter. Just got up there and he spoke.
Yeah.
You know, because I think the day before that he did 4 rallies, so surely he memorised it. Like, when you're doing 4 rallies a day, so he can just spout all day long.
Yeah.
And he's just so sharp.
Yeah.
He's an incredible man. He's going to be put up on the Rushmore Mountain. Next to the, yeah. 100%. Yes, Trump has saved America here. He not only saved America, he saved the world. If they had taken America to war, they would have got rid of this constitution. That was it for. I think I touched on that last weekend. Yeah, it's 1,000 years.
Yeah.
Of darkness, man.
Right.
And now we have hope. We got it. Like some of us know that we've got it. Still nervous.
Yeah. Anything could
Very
happen.
nerve-wracking.
Yeah. Do you think all those illegals that were coming through, they definitely would have been voting, eh?
Yeah. Especially because they just put them into the. It was mainly the swing states, so they really needed them in there because they needed the votes.
Yeah, and she got a lot of them. She got more than I thought. Like once Trump got Pennsylvania, I was like, okay, he's gonna just keep getting them. But then I checked back after the thing. I was like, oh fuck, she got all the rest of them. Yeah.
So remember, all the states that she won had no voter ID laws. So that's where the illegals went.
Yeah.
So Trump had to overcome 25 million other votes because they would have used every single one of them. Because all they need is a name. Yeah. They didn't need this. They didn't even need the signatures to match.
Yeah. Didn't need their names.
No.
Yeah. What do you think about all that? All them coming through the border and shit.
Yeah. So they're there to vote, but there was if you look at them, most of them were military-aged men.
Yeah.
So you've got an army that's infiltrated America through the southern border, and they'll probably work like a splinter cell kind of thing, where they'll go and they'll split up, and then when they get the call, they come together as a tightly packed unit, and then they're capable of doing some shit. Yeah. So they need the chaos. So they've got a plan. They didn't just have one plan. They've got plan B, plan C, plan D.
Yeah, like you just got to look at England, really. Yeah. Like all the shit that went down then when.
Yeah. Well, that's what happens when you allow the government to take your guns off you. Yeah. And that's why we're seeing what we're seeing in England, because they're releasing pedophiles from jail and they're replacing them with patriots that are commenting on Facebook.
Yeah, that's right. There's been fucking thousands of people put in jail for just shit they said on Facebook years ago. Years ago. Yeah,
that's what happens. That's why the Constitution of America is just so incredible.
Yeah, that's why they couldn't let them take our fucking free speech.
Yeah, that's it. Like, we don't have free speech here in New Zealand because they took our guns.
Yeah, pretty much.
In America, they basically haven't had free speech in America for a few years now. Because remember that after the 6th of January, the fake insurrection, they took down Trump's Twitter. Yeah. So they took down the leader of the free world, They took down his social media account.
Yeah.
So they did not have freedom of speech in America. They only had the illusion of it. And they never showed what he said. He said, "Everyone, calm down." Actually, what he did do was incredible. So because Trump was the sitting president, what he said in his tweet was, "Everyone, go home. You need to leave now." He wasn't actually talking to his supporters. He was talking to the deep state. So when he does that, that's what he has to do before declaring an insurrection. So if he did sign the Insurrection Act of 1807, which he no doubt did in secret, we'll probably find out about that when we watch the movie after it's all completed. Because no one will know about that. But that's what he has to do. He has to tell them to go home, and then when they don't, then that's when the Insurrection Act can be signed.
So what is the Insurrection Act?
It's basically when your country has been infiltrated by a foreign invader, and so that basically happened on November the 3rd, 2020, with the election. That's when they came in and they basically he was a duly elected president, and they overthrew that. So then they needed to complete their insurrection on January the 6th, and that's why they got all these people to go, and all these Trump fans to go into the Capitol, and then they framed them as being insurrectionists.
Yeah.
And I can't remember what amendment it is in the U.S. Constitution, but it's the right to have a quick and speedy trial.
Mm-hmm.
And we still have some of these people, I think, sitting in jail now, and some of them are grandmas, and just nice Trump fans that turned up, and they stayed within the ropes, and they didn't do a lot. They just took photos.
There was I was watching.
Oh, the police are letting us in. Must be all right.
Yeah, and like the videos got leaked that they were leaked and leaked in and shit. But there was this. I was watching Kill Tony. It's a like stand-up comedy podcast, and then people get a minute and they just roll through people. Mm-hmm. This one lady came up, and she was like an older lady, did an alright set, but then she admitted she was at January 6th.
Yeah.
And then ended up getting, someone saw that because it was on YouTube, and ended up getting like investigated and arrested. Mm-hmm. And then she ended up back on the show and was like, that was a fucking bad idea.
Yeah. Well, you just don't, that's the thing, people don't understand how deep the infiltration's gone. They, until you completely wake up, you can't see it. Yeah. So she just wouldn't have been aware of what she was doing. Yeah. That's why I've waited till this point before I've done podcasts. Yeah. I don't want my name to get out there. I don't want to get whack-a-mole.
Yeah. Whack-a-mole.
I feel confident enough now. I started wearing my hat yesterday for the first time.
Like out in public.
Yeah, because you just get scowls and people look at you and like give you dirty looks and stuff. Yeah.
I'm not a fucking crackhead.
Yeah, you just get lumped in like you're the worst person ever. You're a Nazi. You're a white supremacist. Yeah. You're a insert word here. Yeah. That's what the communists do. They always they name you with names that already have a bad stink, like fascists or whatever, even though they're the fascists. Yeah.
Was there much else?
Yeah, not really. Just justice is coming to these people, and they're gonna throw their toys out of the cot. We've got them cornered. They know they're cornered. They don't have many moves left. Yeah. What are they capable of doing? Who knows? But one thing that we do know is that January the 20th is a long way away, and it's going to get real crazy. Even though they've conceded.
It'll be interesting to see what happens and what they try to do.
Yeah, just get ready to wake up at any moment to World War III. Massive cyber attacks being blamed on Russia. Those solar flares that I talked about, big solar flare coming. Or like, if they get real desperate, Project Bluebeam, which is a fake alien invasion. Because I've got holograms now that are so incredible you basically wouldn't notice.
That's you remember when I last episode I talked about that show? Yeah. Being Cosmic Disclosure? Whatever it was, I put it up. That was one of the things they talked about, is that there was they had the power in satellites to put a realistic hologram into your home. Yeah. And it will have a shadow, and it will have everything. You won't even be able to tell.
Yeah.
And that's a scary thought.
Yeah, we don't know what we don't know the technology that they have.
Yeah.
Yeah, one thing I would totally recommend the viewers to do is to check out the Joe Rogan podcast and the Elon Musk interview, because there's a lot of truth that he gets into later on once he softens everyone up and like tries to bring in the younger people.
Yeah.
And he starts dropping some real bombs about what's really happening. So yeah, go and listen to Musk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely. It is 12 million views already. Is
Yeah.
that what it was? Yeah.
That's and no doubt more on other
It'll be on
platforms
X
as well.
for sure.
Yeah. Oh, X will be the biggest one probably.
Yeah.
Because anything he posts, he's got at least 100 or so million followers. So
all the followers.
yeah.
Let's see.
I think that they actually proved that Jacinda Ardern only had like a third of her legitimate the followers that she was trying to say that she had on Twitter and stuff.
203 million.
He's got 200. Yeah, that's changed a lot in the last year.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, he's speaking a lot of truth now. It's good, really good, especially to know that we've got him and his Starlink for if they do take down the internet with cyber attacks and stuff. We do have backup plans.
He's done some real good shit with that Starlink. Okay,
Yeah.
Like he's got that new small portable one that's like a tablet size.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and you can just like Rogan talks about it on
Yeah.
one of the things. He was like, yeah, I just took it out hunting with me and plugged it into
Yeah,
my
and he was,
laptop,
watching
and it was
YouTube
like,
and shit.
yeah, it was full on high speed internet.
Yeah. All right.
Legend. And then dropped it out to all those flood people.
Yeah, in North Carolina.
Yeah.
Yeah, because FEMA, like, I can't remember if I touched on it last week, but FEMA spent all of their money on the migrants.
Yeah.
They had no money left for the people who, coming up to hurricane season.
Yeah.
You spend all your money on migrants.
Yeah.
What are you just going, hopefully there's no hurricanes this season?
But statistically.
Yeah. Well, that's how you get your voters in. Yeah, give them all the benefits. So, yeah, billions and billions and billions.
Yeah.
Yeah. They, I think they said to Trump he couldn't have $5 billion to finish his wall. Now they've spent like 700, 800 billion on migrants, which Trump's $5 billion wall would have stopped.
Yeah.
Reality still isn't real, but it's coming back into line now. Got our boy back in.
Yeah.
But we're only on the beachhead.
Yeah. We will make it.
Enjoy the battle.
Yeah.
Faster you can wake up, the more exciting it's going to get for you. Yeah, because nothing can stop what's coming. It's a Q post.
Oh, yeah?
Nothing can stop what's coming. There's actually, like, I would have to go back and find it. It'd be pretty hard to find, but there's some new thing. It came through CISA as well. I think it was about internet traffic.
What's CISA?
CISA, what is it? Something, it's like Computer Intelligence Service Agency or a surveillance agency or something like that.
CESA?
I think it's CISA. CI.
Oh, CI.
Oh, is it?
No, that's civil engineering.
Yeah, and there's this organisation, and the first word starts with N, and then it goes through nothing can stop what's coming. So it's like N,
Cyber defense.
S, W, I, C. The whole thing spells out nothing can stop what's coming.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because remember, did I touch on Space Force last week? I think I did.
I think you mentioned it.
Yeah. So that's a branch of military that's got no communists in it because Trump started it himself. So they're there for the monitoring of internet traffic and the capturing of all the data of how they've been rigging the elections. The one's just gone and 2020 set it up in 2018, I think. So yeah, it's all been there capturing all this proof for quite a while now.
Yep. No.
Yeah.
Good.
All
right. That was a good episode.
Yeah.
We can wrap it up there, I think.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. I'll have to do this again, I think.
Yeah, well, I think it's going to go on until at least January 20th.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Keep talking about it.
Yeah.
Why not? All right. Well, thanks for dropping in. Thanks for watching. Do all the buttons and the likes and the comment if you like. that stuff.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that need to know what's happening, so
Yeah.
that's all that we're trying to do, is just trying to get a bit of information out there to the people.
And if you do all that, the episode gets shared out, jumps into the YouTube algorithm.
Yeah.
Gets it out there. So it's helpful.
Mm.
All right. Well, it's been fun. Love you, Gareth.
Love you, Brad.
Bye.
Bye.
Podcast.